the tropical rainforests of Central and South America, home to some of the richest, most biodiverse places, with the highest density of plant and animal species in the world. From ancient towering trees and a huge variety of plants, to birds, insects and fascinating mammals. But under the canopy of leaves lives an insect known for its aggressive behavior with a devastating sting, ranked in the highest category on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, the warrior wasp. Warrior wasps are eusocial paper wasps from the genus Senecio that live in small but efficient colonies at low altitudes. These insects are often referred to as drumming wasps due to their unusual percussive defense mechanism. Sensitive to loud noise or the proximity of a threat, these wasps respond to intruders with a rhythmic drumming sound, which sounds like marching soldiers. As their name suggests, they are known for their aggressive behavior and will protect their nests. Yet, even though they are powerful fighters, they only go into battle if their war drums have no effect. This display escalates from drumming inside the nest to hundreds of wasps moving to the nest shell and drumming on. And only when this fails to deter the threat do they begin to sting and swarm aggressively. These wasps are also more like honeybees than European paper wasps, because unlike most paper wasps you're probably familiar with, which build seasonal nests where only the queen remains at the end of the year, which then moves on to find another spot to set up her next generation. Warrior wasp nests can last up to 16 years, and though they only contain 50 to a few hundred individuals, they are very productive. Each nest can have multiple queens, whose reproduction is suppressed by the brood queen's pheromones until she dies, after which she is replaced by a new one. They also swarm out to form new colonies. A single queen, accompanied by some workers, leaves the nest for a new nesting site. This is unusual for nesting wasps, and a result of the lack of extreme weather changes in more equatorial climates, which allow them to stay in one nest for longer. Their nests have a characteristic shape resembling an armadillo and are built directly on the tree trunk, typically on the underside of major branches. They build their nests with multiple entries and exits, dead ends and other complexities in the nest structure that make it tricky to invade. Because although these warriors can defend themselves against vertebrate predators, many of their major threats are a lot smaller. Army ants and other paper wasps will commonly feed on them, and these are animals for whom a painful sting doesn't really cut it. Speaking of sting, incidentally, another thing they have in common with honeybees is a barbed stinger that can get stuck in the skin of vertebrates and kill the wasp, which may be the reason why such a striking defensive display is used. But if they do sting, it will get painful. Entomologist and self-harmer for science, Justin Schmidt, has ranked the sting as a 4 on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, which is the highest rank in his index, placing the sting of the warrior wasp at the most extreme end of it, only sharing its position with the bullet ant and the tarantula hawk. He described the sting as torture. You are chained in the flow of an active volcano. This wasp certainly knows how to make a person anxious. Yet, in a bizarre twist of evolutionary irony, their venom may hold the key to calming you down. A research team in Brazil has discovered that their stings contain a newly discovered compound that could be used to treat anxiety, apparently working as effectively as diazepam, and they could even help with a solution to antibiotic resistance. Warrior wasp venom has shown promising activity against MRSA, one of the most famous bacteria that has evolved to tolerate antibiotics, as well as potent antimicrobial activity against E. coli, and even fungal pathogens such as Candida. This toxic cocktail could help researchers develop new treatments against microbes that aren't hampered by bacterial resistance. Warrior wasps truly have two faces. They can be pests or protectors, as they enjoy sugary foods such as flower nectar, honeydew, and the juices of ripe fruits. Warrior wasps sometimes damage ripe fruit, especially when their natural resources are locally depleted, leaving large holes in the fruit after feasting on their juices, often resulting into reduced yields. But on the other hand, warrior wasps can also be quite beneficial to farmers of various fruits, because adult wasps also eat other insects, including many pests such as the larvae of flies, which would damage the farmers' crops, as the wasps need protein to sustain their muscle mass. So if you ever come to the rainforests of Central and South America and hear a drumming sound, you may be better off holding your distance. Or would you risk to catch a glimpse? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.